And the BBC's daily service has been bringing Christian worship to people's homes for a staggering 90 years. Pam Rhone has been tuning in to a bit of broadcasting history.
This is the BBC.
It was 1926 and radio broadcasting was in its infancy when a devout Christian named Miss Kathleen Cordeur wrote to the man in charge of the new British Broadcasting Corporation.
What she asked was, how many are there who listen in, who long to hear something daily of God and his love? And John Reith, later the celebrated Lord Reith, thought that there might be an enthusiasm for it. And so 90 years ago this week, in January 1928, the first daily service went on air.
The 15-minute service of speech and worship is now the longest-running daily radio programme in the world, and it's endured some turbulent times. When Broadcasting House was bombed in World War II, the services had to be moved to secret locations in Bristol and Bedford.
For many years, the programme was broadcast from here, All Souls Langham Place, right next door to the BBC, before in 1992 it moved up to its new permanent home in Manchester.
Today, it's being broadcast from the modern studios in Media City, Salford.
The biblical story of Jonah begins with God asking him to go...
And I'm here in time to join rehearsals, as I'm told I may have a job to do.
40 days more and Nineveh will be overthrown.
I was going to actually add something to the reading.
All right.
And we can get this printed up.
Yeah.
But
I'm always extremely nervous, but that's a good thing because it keeps you on your toes. And the fact that it is live, actually, it feels so current.
So the daily service has weathered the years, but has it in essence changed down the decades?
There are still prayers, there are still Bible readings, there is still music. What has changed is how the world worships. Here's the music. And the daily service has always been adaptable. It's always been fluid enough to take on the modern world.
I feel really privileged actually to be part of something that has such a long tradition, something that's reaching so many people, you know, in the privacy of their homes or in their cars or wherever they're listening.
We get quite a lot of letters and emails, and this is quite a typical one. The daily service has been my go-to place on a good and a bad day. I feel at peace, feel supported, less alone, and come with the nation to pray for this fragile and broken world that we live in.
Good luck. 5 minutes to go.
Thank you.
Back in our places.
On Longwave and DAB Digital Radio, it's time for the daily service.
Now I can trade these ashes in for beauty.
He was petrified. They were, after all.
We take presenters from a very, very broad range of backgrounds, all types of denominations. You have this phrase in radio that you have your one listener, and when I have a new presenter, I try to tell them to imagine that they're having a cup of tea with a friend.
Jonah began to go into the city going a day's walk, and he cried out, 40 days more and Nineveh will be overthrown.
And may the Spirit guide us and encourage us to place ourselves at the foot of the cross, there to find our eternal home. Amen.